Good morning, it is 6:30 a.m. I have to hike 15 trail miles and then one off-trail mile to a water source where I'm going to be camping for today. I have 4 liters, so that should be plenty to get me there. My plan is to just take it super slow today. If I arrive at 6 or 7, that's fine with me. Yesterday's race was definitely not the right thing for me, so I'm gonna go slow. It's also probably our hardest day elevation and terrain wise. Like, it's like really steep up and then steep down and then steep up, so it's gonna be a challenging day. I didn't sleep very well last night. The tent was making sounds when it flapped in the wind that sounded just like little mice skittering around. And like logically I knew it probably wasn't, but I kept feeling like I was having mice like gnawing a hole into my tent, so I kept having to check. And then when I would fall asleep, I would dream about it, and it was just like, ugh, not ideal situation. But anyways, I'm just gonna go really slow today. It's nice. I'm in the shadow side of the mountain so far this morning, so it's much cooler than it would otherwise be. I don't know what that's called. Like, can it still be the lee of the mountain, even if it's for sunlight? I don't know. This is a totally different ecosystem, totally different plants. We've got big trees. It's really surprising, but then every once in a while you see a cactus. So I'm really hungry, but I'm still in the shade. The sun is just barely behind the mountain, so I decided I'm going to keep hiking until the sun comes out, and then I'll take a break because I want as much cool hiking as possible. So it is day 7 without having a chance to do laundry, and I'm so over it. Like, I don't even care about my body as much because I've gotten to rinse off, and like I can take care of that a little bit better with like wet wipes and stuff. But oh my gosh, I'm sick and tired of wearing the same dirty shirt and the same underwear and the same sports bra over and over. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have 3 different underwear. That's more than most people, but they're still all gross by now, and I'm sick of it. I think I calculated it. It's that we have between 4,000 to 5,000 elevation change today. Most of it up, but then you randomly like lose 1,000 in a very short amount of time and then keep going up. So it's gonna be a big day. Oh, and by that last comment, I'm sure you figured out I have got hooks back. I was able to download it properly at the Paradise Valley Cafe, which used up all my data, but then because I didn't have Wi-Fi, but I just bought a little more. It's worth it for a trip like this. Going pretty steep up, but we haven't made it very far up yet. Got at least another 1,500 to climb. So remember how yesterday I said we were debating back and forth between doing this stretch in 2.5 easier days or just 2 pushing hard days? Well, I got service last night, and so today and tomorrow is clear. And then the next day after that, not only is it raining all day, but it is 47 degrees in Idlewild, which means it'll be freezing at higher elevation, potentially snowing. So I am pretty excited about the fact that we decided for pushing hard 2 days and then taking a 0 in Idlewild on the day that it's going to be horrible weather. So I'm psyched. Just walked by the first water source where you have to hike a mile off trail to get it, and dang, it felt good to keep walking while a bunch of people who were way ahead of me were just barely getting back from doing the 2 extra miles. I like my decision to carry a little extra heavy weight and do less walking. They're so beautiful. I saw those yesterday too. I don't know what kind they are, but they smell so good. Like perfume. Amazing. Still climbing. Up, 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 up. You can see down, 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 down over there. Wow, this is a beautiful little campsite area
which is really unexpected because we've been climbing the whole time. And then just like, boom, flat. Nice places to camp. Anyways, I only made it to my break spot. I've only done 6.5 miles so far, but they've all been really hard. With this blister. This is clean, but just look at it. It's like, the blister is another size of a pinky toe.
So we were climbing all morning, 6.5 miles straight up. Now it kind of levels off a bit and then goes down for 2 miles. So the next 5-ish miles should feel easier. And then it goes even steeper, straight back up again. Today's a hard day. We also have been debating, so we were aiming on hitting a water source to camp at. But we're realizing that the report is actually more days old than we realized, and it was a trickle at that point. So we're a little worried about hiking a mile off trail only to find it dry. And is it worth even doing that mile if maybe instead you could push a few extra miles forward to get to the next water source? I think it's going to depend how much water I have left. If I'm down to 1 liter, I'm just going to have to try it. If I have 2 whole liters, maybe I'll be tempted to keep pushing and then camp and then get water very early in the morning. I don't know. We'll see.
You can see for miles. I'm pretty sure that that's Palm Springs, Palm Desert area, is my guess.
It is so nice to have some cruisy trail after the morning that I've had, which was such hard work. My afternoon's also gonna be really hard, but like 2 miles of bliss. All right, I have changed my plans. I am currently slack packing. I threw all my stuff out to a water source that is a mile off trail, of course. And then I'm gonna hike back up with a lot of water, and then I'm not going to go down to the Apache one that I was going to camp at. I'm just going to keep going and then camp. The reason I'm doing that is because the other one, it said slow trickle like a week ago. So I think it says it's a reliable source. So I feel like there is water there, especially because it rained a few days ago. But I already know of people who came up from this water source and said there's a lot of good water. And so ultimately, it's just smarter to go for the water you know rather than the water you don't know. It's the same amount of extra miles. I'm doing 2 extra miles. The only difference is now I have to carry more water for a longer distance, because I would have now walked like 8 miles with just 2 liters, and now I'm going to be walking those same 8 miles with like 5 liters. Or slightly less, maybe 4. But anyways, it's gonna be fine. But ultimately I just decided it was better to go for the water source that I know is there rather than pushing for one that might not be there potentially. So, yep, it feels really weird to be walking with an empty pack. Like I literally threw all my stuff out, and then my friend's taking a long break and I'm like, watch this stuff. But,
yep. This is the slack back trail I'm walking. It's very rocky and straight down. I don't think the camera can show how steep this is. A pretty nice water source. It's very clear and clean. Much better than a stagnant source. While I'm down here by the water, I'm cooking dinner for lunch so that I don't need as much water later when I eat my lunch for dinner.
Oh my gosh, my pack is so heavy with 5 liters. But since I'm skipping the Apache source, I need a lot. Could have tried the Apache source and only carried less than 2 liters the whole way, but I just don't know if there was water there or not. Struggle. I'm struggling physically. It's not even my arches, funny enough. It's my ankle on the left side and then my Achilles on the right side. But it's not just regular, oh, something's gonna hurt while hiking. Like, it's like, be very careful so I don't hurt myself. Pain. So I'm being like slow, less than 2 miles an hour. While I am licking my wounds a bit, I have damaged my right Achilles. Like, it has never felt this bad before. I was feeling so good until that water carry, and I was taking it slow, but then it just like really hurt. And even if I took lots of breaks I went I was going 1 mile per hour and it still really hurt. So I'm camping here by Forbes Trailhead for tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to hike down 6 to 8 miles down the Forbes Trailhead and hitch from there to Idlewild. If I keep hiking after that, hopefully I can. It'll end up skipping like 12 miles, I think, of the trail. But I definitely can't make it to Idlewild the regular way. My foot hurts way too much. So there's like more of a gradual descent, and I'll try it tomorrow, and hopefully my foot gets a little bit better before then. But yeah, it sucks because it was so steep. It was so steep up and it was so steep down. It was really, really hard. And my foot was feeling okay, and then other things started to hurt, and then it all of a sudden was just hurting so bad. So we'll see what happens next. Maybe I shouldn't have attempted this section after all, but I did.